Thank you, Chaplain. We are gathered here today at this memorial site, and memorial sites all across America, to remember that we are one nation with one flag. We are proud to be Americans that live in a free society made up of many people, many races, from many occupations. The freedoms we enjoy here today have not come without a price. Lying here before us and in cemeteries across this nation are men and women who gave their lives so that we can live in freedom and without fear. We can worship as we see fit. We can raise our children to believe as we do. We can travel from one end of this great nation to the other and not have to ask permission to go. We are free to vote for whomever we feel should be in government office, and we answer to no one but our own feelings. We have the right to succeed, and we have the right to fail at whatever endeavor we choose to pursue. The United States of America was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the world. We thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall not forget you. We shall remember. Today, many of you here are veterans of war and conflicts that America has had to fight to protect the innocent and the oppressed. America has always been the first nation to stand up to the freedom of people from around the world. And many of you here today have answered that call and served your country well. We are here today to say thank you, and we are honored to know you. There are many men and women serving today in all branches of the military, here at home and in places far away that most of us have never heard of. These men and women are part of the best trained, best equipped force in the world. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices they make every day to keep our country safe from terrorism, hatred, and injustice that plague the world community. When you see a veteran or an active duty member of the armed forces, take a moment to say thank you. We owe them our way of life, and a moment of your time is well spent. Quoting our 40th United States President, Ronald Reagan, quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We did not pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in the United States where men were free." End quote. Today, we show a united front of national unity all across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach our children the value of freedom. We will now present the wreaths. Now, Captain Kimberly Askew and Ryan Miller will lay a wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Army. Now, Sergeant Felipe Carvalho and Patrick Ivers will lay a wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Marine Corps. Now, Lieutenant Commander James Keene and Benjamin Rue will lay a wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Navy. Now, Tech Sergeant David Albanese and Joseph Goodrow will lay a wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Air Force. Now, Petty Officer Second Class Andrew Ladoy and Christian Goddard will lay a wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Coast Guard. Now, Captain James Nardi and Randall Wirtz will lay a wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Merchant Marines. Now, Miss Janet Masiokra and Jacob Francisco will lay a holiday wreath in honor of the 93,852 United States servicemen from all branches of service whose last known status was either prisoners of war or missing in action. These individuals have never returned to their families and homes. We shall not forget you. The wreaths are now in place. Attention! This won the ceremony by the Civil Air Patrol for this year. At this time, I will now turn it over to Mr. Brian Willett. Thank you.
Thank you, Civil Patrol. I'd like to introduce a very distinguished guest today to the podium, the State Adjutant General of the Massachusetts National Guard.